Hey everyone, my name is Lex Rhodes. I make games about cryptids and robots and gay stuff. But I'm also a theme park designer, and tonight I want to talk about one of the most incredible themed environments in the history of the business. The 1893 Columbian Exposition. Woo! I'm sorry if you wanted to hear about Galaxy's Edge, I'm a sucker for the classics. The Columbian Exposition, aka the Chicago World's Fair, celebrated the 400th anniversary of Christopher Columbus's arrival in America. The fair covered 690 acres and was attended by an estimated 1/4 of all Americans, despite the fact that it was only open for 12 months and the first commercial airline wouldn't fly for 21 years. Master planner Daniel Burnham and his team built an elaborate white city in the French neoclassical style, but in order for the fair to be a true success, it had to outshine the prior World's Fair, the 1889 Exposition Universelle in Paris. The Paris World's Fair was a huge hit, due in large part to its centerpiece, then the tallest tower in the entire world, designed by architect Gustave Eiffel. The Chicago Columbian Exposition had lagoons, it had AC power, it was the premiere of modern products such as Aunt Jemima pancake mix, juicy fruit gum, and shredded wheat. But it still needed a centerpiece, something to out-Eiffel the Eiffel Tower. Daniel Burnham was known for saying, "Make no little plans. Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood." He wasn't playing around. He wanted a tower that would make grown adults piss their pants. He wanted a tower that would make God want to come down and start inventing new languages. So they put out an ad in the Chicago Tribune, a call to the engineers of America to help build the most impressive structure the world had ever seen. The resulting proposals did not disappoint. Thank you. There we go. Yeah? C.F. Ritchell from Bridgeport, Connecticut, suggested a 3-level telescoping tower with a base 100 feet high by 500 feet wide. A complicated system of hydraulic tubes and pumps would cause the nested levels to rise slowly upward, then sink back down again over the course of several hours. J.B. McComber, inventor, proposed a tower with a height of 8,947 feet. That's almost 9 Eiffel Towers tall. This would require a base 1,000 feet in diameter, sunk 2,000 feet into the earth. From the top of the tower, toboggan rails would lead all the way to New York, Boston, Baltimore, and other cities. So when fair guests were ready to leave, they would take an elevator up to the top and toboggan all the way home. Trains, I guess. A mystery inventor who gave only his initials, RTE, envisioned a tower 4,000 feet tall, from which they would hang a 2,000-foot rubber cable. Attached to the end of this enormous rubber band would be a car seating 200 people, which would be shoved off a platform and free fall until the band caught them and snapped them back to the top. RTE vowed that his design was perfectly safe, but urged that the ground below the tower be covered with 8 feet of feather bedding as a safety precaution. In August of 1891, Gustave Eiffel himself submitted a proposal for a slightly taller This outraged the civil engineers of America. The contest winner was a man from my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, land of steel and ketchup. His name was George Ferris, and he proposed an enormous rotating wheel in which hundreds of guests would dangle by gyroscoping cars. Everyone was horrified and amazed. 9 out of the 10 engineers consulted said it was unbuildable, but of course they built it anyway. In the end, the fair burned down. After all, it was made from toothpicks and glue, using a technique called slip and chip. It was hardly sturdier than a middle school science fair project. The fair's closing ceremony was interrupted by the assassination of the mayor, Carter Harrison Sr. The Ferris wheel, too, died hard. It took 200 pounds of dynamite to bring it down. Chalk it up to bad juju for hosting an exposition in honor of a genocidal clown. I didn't even get a chance to mention the fact that at the same time all this was happening, famous serial killer H.H. Holmes was across the street, murdering fair guests by the dozens in his death hotel and selling their skeletons. In the words of author and researcher Eric Larson, the Columbian Exposition and the simultaneous Holmes murders are a look into how and why Some men choose to fill their brief allotment of time engaging the impossible, others in the manufacture of sorrow. The same technology that's used to launch fighter jets off of aircraft carriers can be repurposed to make this tiny train do a sick-ass loop-de-loop. When it comes to art, themed entertainment is about as commercial gets. I paid $5 for a round Coke because I have no self-control and a broken sense of humor. But I want to spend my whole career making frivolous, impossible shit in the name of fun. I want to design blasphemous towers that are doomed to die. I love the wonderful, awful things humans build to make stomachs turn and knees shake. If you're interested in learning more about the Chicago World's Fair and the origin of the modern amusement park, read Devil in the White City by Eric Larson, or follow me on Twitter. Thank you.